Uh, uh, the police came by today. Apparently, something I said in one of my videos scared some people. My sister was just screaming at me. You're crazy, you're crazy. You know, my brother did it to me too. You see, they can call me crazy all I want. It doesn't matter how crazy I am. You can't crazy yourself into a ridiculous contract with a piece of shit church you never signed up for. Uh, this is about discovery. Uh, Not self-discovery, but legal discovery. And these are the changes that were made in 2017. Um, Thanks to Deadpool, I now remember it was 2017 was around the time that I signed the perjury. Remember, I had heavy metal poisoning. I didn't actually know what I had done. I didn't understand anything, and I was so far gone that time just was flying by. Um, in 2017, proportionality was changed to discovery. A central theme was the push for discovery to be proportional to the case needs, balancing burden expense against the importance of the information. Remember, I jokingly said that this church was a massive human trafficking ring, and it's a massive human trafficking ring. Disguised as a church. It's not a real church. Um, that means okay. So, good old what was I calling him? Uncle Ruckus's mother took me to that case to call me a racist. She didn't take me there so I could report a church for being a human trafficking ring. Focus on claims of the defense. Federal Rule 26B1 was clarified to limit discovery to relevant information for the parties' claims and defenses, removing broader subject matter and language. Uh, that means if you access discovery, it can only be based on the case that you are filing. It cannot be based on a legal case. Yeah, you can't just say something like I did and save 300,000 people's lives. This was done by this church to make sure that their human trafficking remains protected eternally. Um, E-discovery reinforcements. The industry saw a fine-tuning of e-discovery practices, with new best practices and guidelines emerging to manage electronic data more efficiently, including limits on inaccessible data. There you go. Early disclosure mandates. Some jurisdictions introduced reinforced rules requiring parties to provide core information, facts, legal theories, and documents, damages early in the case, even before requests to speed things up. That one I remember them actually calling me about and being like, oh, if you want to access discovery, you first have to have proof of discovery. And I was like, well, I kind of think you just saying that something happened can be kind of difficult to prove. So, like, I think you're just going to. And they were like, no, no, no. They wanted that in there to make sure you can't just report a human trafficking ring. States like Michigan, Wisconsin implemented rules inspired by federal changes, adding proportionality and limiting discovery, interrogations, disposition caps, and restrictions to old data. The restrictions to old data is important. Let's say you have a church that was human trafficking for 200 years. Now they can only be human trafficking for a year. There you go. That means everybody else that was human trafficked doesn't count. That's why that law was passed. Uh, Streamlined timelines. Practice like Michigan's Discovery Pilot Program began putting pressure on parties to identify, collect, and produce electronic stored information (ESI) much faster. 2017 marked a period of transition driven by the 2015 Federal Rule Amendment, moving discovery toward earlier and more targeted and proportionate information sharing with individual states adapting these practices. I guess that implies my legal case may have happened in 2015 when that amendment happened. Wow. Yeah. Uh, so what this means is, remember when I was talking about I would just open my own church, use their fucking use the same contract I'm under to human traffic, and then simply report myself for using it, and then get the contracts banned again. That wouldn't work under the new discovery policies. Once again, this is really bad. Uh, and this is just a small token of just how powerful a church is when it comes to law and how much influence they can have on protecting their own interests, i.e., human trafficking. And this is literally the U.S. government passing a law to assist these churches, passing an amendment to help churches facilitate human trafficking. That's what these laws are about. They're about keeping people out. And if you do deal with them, you have to deal with them directly, and they're just going to send people out to kill you. Because that's how they do. Yeah. I have no idea why the fuck America has the separation of church and state. Because one, there is nothing separating churches from entering the state. I'll give you an example. Hating gays is not a political thing, it's a religious thing. Even the West Bureau Baptist people carry signs, God hates fags. They claim God hates fags, therefore it is not a legal thing, and yet we can't get equal marriage passed because of religious reasons. That is a violation of church and state. There you go. But for some reason, churches can run wild, but the U.S. government can't stop them from hating gays. That's somehow legal. Even though there are loose laws about churches putting out hate speech. And hating gays, I would argue, is hate speech. Yeah. So, you have that. I think we're just gonna go with that.